Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here today with set number 40260, Halloween Haunt, from 2017. This was a LEGO seasonal set, usually has an exclusive value in just the shop at home or LEGO brand retail stores. But shortly after 2017, it was available in some other retailers, and that's how I was able to find it, from its original $10 price point down to $6.99. This set includes 2 minifigures, unless you don't count the skeleton as a minifigure, and has 145 pieces, ages 7 and up. We're going to build it today on this video, and then I'm going to review it. So here we have the entire set built, and let's start things off with the minifigures. So the first thing I notice here is that this minifigure is dressed like a vampire, but probably is just in a costume. I don't think he's supposed to be a vampire himself, like in other LEGO themes like Monster Fighters. In fact, his torso seems reminiscent of those Monster Fighter themes, but a little different at the same time. I don't have the Lord Vampire figure here to compare it to, but it seems to me that the ruffled shirt in the middle seems a little darker than what I remember of that torso design. I could be wrong about that, and let me know in the comments below if that's just a misprint from my design, or if it's supposed to be a slightly different version in this set. But otherwise, he doesn't have an alternative face. It's only the one face, I believe, that's from Cole from Ninjago. Next up, we have a skeleton, which you could actually treat in several ways. It could be a person in costume as a skeleton, it could be a decoration skeleton, or it can actually be someone visiting from their local graveyard. However you want to put that in, it is still a nice inclusion. I do like these skeleton figures. Just about any version of them is totally fun to have around, whether they have the wavy arms from the 80s and 90s and early thousands, or these more stationary arms that can actually move with a couple poses to them. So, yeah, either way works, fine with me. I also do like he has his own glass. Each of the glass pieces, if I recall correctly, I don't have in my collection in that color, so it is also nice to have something new with that, at least for my eyes. Next up, we have a rat, which is simply sitting on this grass piece outside with a small pumpkin. It does show on the back of the box that you could add this pumpkin onto the skeleton head or inside of the cauldron, so it does encourage moving things around in the set to add a little bit more play. And I like the rat with it. It's a classic one, but they slightly changed it from the original 2001 version of the rat so that the tail is a little bit pointed upwards. I think originally it was supposed to be right in level with the rat, and therefore it made it stuck on tiles and plates on occasion. Not much in my opinion, or not much of my experience though. Then next up, we have ourselves a cauldron on top of a fire pit, and there are a couple of things inside of here. We have this cherry-like piece in a lime green, and we have a 1x1 round tile, which kind of looks like a cookie when it's printed. You have extras of each of those in the set, and you could use those to mix more things in there. Like I said before, add the pumpkin, so it does give you some availability for adding more things. If you had red apples in your LEGO collection, it would be a good thing to have them in here as a classic Halloween or fall time tradition of bobbing for apples. I think that would be a cool idea, but yeah, you would have to find those separately from the set. And if you wanted to keep this as just a fire pit, just simply take off the cauldron, and it still works pretty nicely. And then last up, we have the main gate itself, the main assembly. This is okay. I do like the decorations with it. It has a lot of good colors for the October Halloween vibe that it's giving. There are also some really cool pieces to get in here, such as the purple tree branch pieces, or even these black gate pieces, and the way it opens is pretty nice. However, I don't know what this is supposed to be. My interpretation of the entire set, especially because of this, is that it's supposed to be a Halloween decoration for a party. Not that anyone would live in this thing and this would be opening up for the party. This would be at the party itself, something in the background. While other things are going on, having some punch or some other recipes being made. I don't interpret this as the minifigure living inside of here because there's a really narrow space and doesn't really have a home feel to it. It seems more like maybe an inflatable decoration or a man-made decoration with, moving parts. However you want to interpret it, people decorate for Halloween and would do rearrangements of, areas around their house. So, however that works, I think it's still a nice little scene, and it does add in nicely with some of the other Halloween decorations I have and other LEGO Halloween sets, but there's not a lot of playing inside of this thing to do. You simply open this up, and you can see that it has a silhouette in the background with a nice yellowish orange glow. I actually do like those pieces being used there, having a little cove to it, but it doesn't really encourage a lot of inside play. I do like the silhouette because it makes it look like some kind of clock tower, maybe a church, some kind of large building in the background, kind of foreboding in the black color and the holes through them for the windows. So that by itself is, like I said, a nice looking piece. The rest of this thing, there's not much to do around it, even on the back of it. It's more of a facade. It's just kind of supposed to sit on the one side and play through there. It is still nice having this wrapped up in case you want to keep it in a closed state like this. Having a spider on there, some torches, and I also do like that they include a pumpkin piece. This pumpkin piece is attached onto a round brick, so it has the idea of illuminating inside of there, even though it doesn't actually light up. But you could also use this piece on any of the minifigures, where it can simply fit on top of their head. Surprisingly, they didn't do that on the back of the box. They just had the smaller pumpkin used there. Or you could fit it around the back, so it's a plain pumpkin. Or you can also hold it in a minifigure's hand by the stem, like so. Either way can work, and just has a little bit of things that you can play around with and accessorize with. But all in all, I think that's something that kind of is an add-on. I think it's better if you have other things to put with this for a Halloween decoration or some kind of Halloween scene. As it is, it's a nice look, but it doesn't offer a lot as far as playability. And there we have it. So there's my review of the Halloween Haunt. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this set. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time with more LEGO videos.